Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. Dare to be crazy. This is not what you think it is. Today, we're going to challenge ourselves to be crazy. And I don't mean that you should go out and do something crazy that would make you get into trouble. Like the way some people drive on the road as if they are the only drivers, bobbing and weaving in between vehicles, speeding as if there is no tomorrow. You've seen them. That is not crazy. That is reckless. Or there are those persons who tempt faith, who choose to swim in a river, for example, that is infested with alligators. You know, those mammoth reptiles that love to feed on human flesh? No, sir, that is not crazy. That is suicidal. That defies logic. The brand of crazy that I want us to consider and embrace is thinking of something in a manner that doesn't make sense to the people around you. I'm talking crazy that pushes you outside of your comfort zone and believe that something will happen in a manner that cannot be explained. I'm talking about crazy faith. Hebrews 11 verse 1 is a sober and challenging definition of faith. According to the New Life version of the Bible, this is what it says. Now faith is being sure we will get what we hope for. It is being sure of what we cannot see. Now I know that some of us are experts at faith. We have this faith thing down to a science. But there are some of us who are not experts like you. We struggle with faith. We know about it. We hope for it. We work hard at it, but we just simply cannot get to the place where we are 100% sure that this thing we hope for, that it will come true. We want it to happen, but we don't have the crazy that is needed. If you are like that, then I'm talking to the right person. I commend you on being honest, and I hope that today we will help you to get to the point of crazy faith. Come with me to the Red Sea story. We read it, but do we believe it? We read it, but are we that crazy to do it? We are talking about a real-life crisis. Nearly 2 million people are following an old man, 80 years old, on the promise that they are leaving centuries of slavery and heading to full freedom to take possession and settle in a foreign country. Already you see the signs of crazy, don't you? Yes, slaves long for the day of deliverance, but usually they run away or there is a major rebellion and lives are lost and they may get lucky and escape slavery. But in this case, no rebellion, no fight. Just acting on the instructions of this man named Moses, that God has sent him to deliver them from slavery. But it worked, and they embarked on a journey by foot that should take them about 11 days, according to Deuteronomy 1 and verse 2. Before long, they faced a monumental, gigantic problem. Leader Moses had been doing a fairly good job without problems until they came upon the Red Sea. Not a lake, not a stream, but a raging body of water flowing towards the sea, and they would need to go across the sea. No boat, no ferry, no bridge. There was nothing or no way in sight for them to go to the other side to continue the journey to the promised land. They had a problem. But if you think that that was bad, coming behind them were their former slave owners. They were not on a friendly expedition, my friend. They were coming to drive these former slaves back to Egypt, back to slavery. Things were looking dim, downright hopeless. And then God told Moses what to do. Let me pause here to say that faith involves you and God and a situation or a need. It is the need or the situation that defines the nature of the challenge. When you exercise faith, you are looking to God to do something that makes no sense with this situation. What is really crazy is that you thought of this impossible thing and you actually pray and ask God to make it happen. These people were about to see crazy faith in action. What did God tell Moses to do? No science, no technology. God simply told Moses to stretch out his rod, maybe a 3.5-foot instrument, across the Red Sea. Pay attention to what I am saying, because we are talking about God daring Moses to do something crazy, and in front of all these people. I'm telling you, this could be a major setup for embarrassment or an opportunity for a miracle to happen. Moses did it. Moses did what God told him to do. And here is what happened. When all options that are normal have failed or proved to be ineffective, that is when you release crazy faith. Remember that faith is being sure we will get what we hope for. It is being sure of what we cannot see. Moses' reputation and leadership and possibly his very life were on the line. What if this ridiculously sounding idea does not work? There is no plan B. It is now or never. When Moses stretched his rod across the Red Sea, he was being obedient to God. Crazy faith requires that you obey God, that you put your confidence in God, that you trust God. You have to trust God for the thing that you hope for with a confidence that it is going to happen. Our guy Moses believed in God, and God was now on show. What will God do? Will he honor Moses' crazy faith, or will he let down his friend Moses? God says that if you have faith in him, he will honor your faith. That day, the Israelites saw crazy faith bring about the miraculous. The Red Sea parted, and this vast throng of people got over to the other side just before the Egyptians caught them. In fact, it was so close that the Egyptians had entered the space where the Red Sea flowed and where the Israelites had just walked past. But the sea closed up and all of them died, and every Israelite was saved. My friend, I don't know what you're dealing with. I don't know what is your Red Sea situation, but I'm here to tell you to have crazy faith. Faith that when the miracle happens, it won't seem crazy then. Have faith in God to the point of it looking crazy, but that is the kind of faith that God loves. Hebrews 11 verse 6. Do you need God to do something that seems impossible? Something that really makes no sense? Have crazy faith in God and the miracle will happen. I do not make up these stories, my friend. My God will honor your faith if you dare to be crazy. Crazy is daring to believe that God can do the impossible. And when it happens, make sure to give God the praise.